Hello everybody, Ken here. Welcome back to Prison Architect. So far in our current prison we've been building over here. We built some cells up, we built a new yard, we built a workshop, we built this visitation room, and now inmate family visits are being facilitated. They're meeting up with their family and their friends. I guess probably just their family. But, Conahan's ex-wife and father are here to see Conahan. Lever's Edge's son and daughter and mother. 12. So it's 12 and the mother's 54, so just about works out. It's good. They were probably both here, both Lever's Edge and their mother were probably fairly young when they had their children, but that's fine. Apart from the fact that they ended up in prison, of course, but there we go. So, next thing to do is to build a classroom. Now, we do have to finish expanding to cells capacity. Now, we were doing that. We haven't actually finished setting it up. So, let's get on with that. We need objects. We need some beds for these cells. So we'll start bonking them in. How many is this? This is 15 more cells. That's okay. I don't know if that will be enough. We might have to build another block, but that's fine. Why did that? Oh, okay, it stacks up, I see. If you build lots at once, it stacks up. I suddenly thought, why did I suddenly spend 800 on that toilet? But in fact, that's just the overall cost as it goes. Did we do the floor in here? Doesn't look like we did. Let's take some indoor concrete tiles, nice and straightforward. Down here, up here, and then we of course will need to put cell doors in as well, which we'll do shortly. Pop this floor in. There we go. Why is it? It's because I started there, is it? There we go. And it started it because I clicked on a wall to start with. It started doing it over the walls, which is not what I wanted to do. But it's all fixed now, so that's fine. And we'll also pop in some concrete tiles here, I guess. Oh no, I've already done that. I did actually cover that. Okay, and then we'll also want to put cell doors in, which will go in. By putting them in last, it means our guys don't have to keep opening them to get everything in and out of each individual cell. So hopefully everything else should go in first. How are we looking on utilities for this? We're going to need to pipe the water in as well. So where's the nearest water supply? There's actually not really a good one around. So I guess let's bring this pipe down here, right? It's probably the best thing to do. We bring it down this path here. And then we'll run it through here. And then just run small pipes down each of the... So it's actually not too expensive to install this stuff. I feel like it would be more expensive, but I guess you would do it as part of the general construction, so it probably wouldn't be too bad. But they should all get that stuff in now. And we also want to build a classroom, so maybe we'll start working on that. What do we need for a classroom? Bit of education. Never hurt anyone. I'm looking. Staff room, library, classroom. 5x5, indoors, school desk, office desk. Okay, well that seems fairly straightforward. I think I know roughly how we're going to want to set that out. So let's start building a building. And we'll have it be quite long here. And do you want a bit wider? Yeah, why not? There we go. And we'll pop in the entrance. We'll pop in the entrance up the top. Materials. No, objects. Entrance. There we go. And we'll put in some windows because it is a... I guess we can't put in the windows yet because the thing's not been completed. So we'll let them bop that down. We'll carry on with this for now. going to be a bit weird because it's going to come down here like this. Because the way it does walls. This man found... They found drugs on him, did they? Oh, he's overdosed. Oh no. It's probably not good. Can we check on him? He's probably got drugs on him if he's overdosed. Oh, he's dead. Well, there we go. You got to be careful, Julius. The drugs don't work. They just make you worse. Now we'll never see your face again. Oh dear, what a sad time. Have we got people assigned to work in the workshop? Yes, they have. But we need to make sure that we get prisoners on that. So let's pop down here and we want to look at programs. I think 10 finished, 6 passed. Okay, great. So this is getting on here. They're doing their stuff. We're going to run a foundation education class. So I guess we can't do that until we've got the classroom. So let's build out the classroom first. We can do that before we get going. Rooms, classroom. Okay, I kind of like it like this. What do we need? We need indoors, school desk, office desk. So let's just go desk. We need an office desk, which is where the teacher works, presumably. So, going to be here. And then the school desks are going to go along here. And we'll space them out like so. Wait, if that goes there and then there. One. It goes there and then there. And then there. And then there. That's fine. Do 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 do. I figured by sort of doing them slightly like this is going to make it a little bit easier for them to see the front of the room. That's my logic. That might not be good logic, but it is the logic I'm going to use. So we'll stick to it. We'll run the old electrical cable down a little bit. There we go. Should be good. Should be plenty good enough to get light up in the corner of the room. Any other objects that are good to have in there? Not really sure, to be honest. Let's take a peek in the more extended section. We got some filing cabinets. Maybe a library shelf. And what was I just looking at? Filing cabinet. There we go, that looks quite schooly. Bookshelf. For the teacher's stuff. And we'll pop a bin just here as well. In case they want to do bin stuff. Always good to have a bin. Great. I realise we've kind of done this weird thing where I built along the path on this side, and then over here I've done this long extended thing. But there we go. I think that's just one of those things that happens when you're kind of new to the whole system. But the pipe's not in here yet. Oh no, they are in. I just put them in the wrong place. Like an idiot. Can we dismantle utility? Okay, and then we'll put the small pipes in here instead. In the right place. I was following the other two and didn't really pay attention to where the toilets actually were. Which is slightly foolish of me, but such is the way. Who's this chap? Brandon Passmore. Still got to facilitate more inmate visits. Doesn't seem to be anything going on here. This guy's injured, which is probably no good. Have we got a hospital of some form? Doesn't look like it, to be honest. We should maybe think about getting some kind of medical facility. Maybe down here, or maybe over this way, perhaps. I'm thinking we need to run a path that goes up here. And then goes along here. And then we build a little building here, which is going to be our hospital area. And we'll bop a door in. Objects. Large jail door. I guess we can't do that until this stuff's out of the way. So we'll get them to get the trees out of the way first. Once they've done that little jobby, should be good to go. It does take a long while to get rid of trees, doesn't it? Crikey. No messing around. And there we go. Now we can put the door in. And then that thing's built. Right, fantastic. Whoa! It's built through into the classroom. I don't want that. Foundations. No. Materials? Brick wall. Okay. While that's going on, we want this room to be a infirmary. Do we want the entire room to be an infirmary? Should we have like a little morgue off in the corner? I think we probably can do that. If I go to materials, brick wall. How big does a morgue have to be? Let's have a look. Just has to be indoors and have a morgue slab. So we can get the brick wall. We'll build this out here. We'll have rooms. We'll have a staff door, which is a thing you can have. And that'll be where the morgue is. And then materials. We'll run the paving stone over here. Doesn't actually need to go over here, but it will eventually need to go over there, so we'll get that done. Let's get the piping through. The old electrical cable running through into here. I might have to run it through into there, just to be on the safe side, but it's going to have to go over here eventually, so that's fine. And then we can designate our rooms out. So rooms. Infirmary is going to go here. And then the morgue is going to be here. It's probably good to put them next to one another. Just a matter of caution. Do we want a staff door at the back? Maybe, but we'll see how things go on that. If we find everyone's going to have to be carried through there, then maybe we'll consider it. Switching it up. So what do we need in an infirmary and a morgue? Indoors medical bed and then morgue slab. Medical bed's here. So let's start down here, shall we? And go. I see they've all come to the infirmary because they're injured. We're going to need some doctors. There we go. Fantastic. And we'll put a little desk in there as well. An office desk. I think we might put that the wrong way around. I think that might be... Let's have a look. The cup is to the right of it. Yeah, so that's the right way around. And then in the morgue, we'll have this down the bottom. We'll have a bin. And I guess, should we have a bin in here as well? Probably useful, right? And then some filing cabinets, bookshelf, there we go, and then we want a morgue slab. I have two, just in case. There we go. Sprays the area with water in the event of a fire. It's probably useful to have. I think we actually have to I'd probably hook those up in some fashion. But I think that's probably a good place to have one. I wonder if we actually have sprinklers in the kitchen. I'm going to put some in. I'm going to presume that we don't and put some in. And then check the piping. Run small piping along here. Make sure the sprinklers are covered. And then we'll also run it over here where we've got... where do we have them? So here, right above the beds. It's a bit annoying that you can't actually see where the beds are when you're doing this. I'm pretty sure that's right. And then... yeah, it is. And then directly above that one and directly above that one. Pipe. Okay. I think that should be good. It is. Fantastic. Right, well they'll get piped in. And that's going to keep that thing in good shape. Probably should have sprinklers in the workshop, but we'll leave it for now. I just don't want the infirmary on fire, because that's where the injured people are, and we don't want them to get more injured. What is wrong with this? What don't you like about this cell? It is minimum size 2x3. It is enclosed. I don't know why you don't like it. Can we close it? There's no like forced close. Kind of a shame. Okay, well let's not worry about it for now. Let's just get on with work. Do we need to hire someone to teach? Dog handler. Crikey. I don't know who teaches. Run a foundation education class. Well, let's run a foundation education program. Led by a teacher in a classroom. Can hire externally. Okay, and it should be good to go, I think. We've got a few people who've passed. We still need more cells, apparently. We also still need to train more people in kitchen safety and hygiene. But I think that's going on. I think that's kind of thing to do for later. Jobs. Okay, that's just general jobs. Carpentry. That's not for license plates. Okay, run a spiritual guidance class. Well, we need to build a chapel for that. So I guess let's get on with building a chapel. Which can kind of go over here, perhaps. Okay, let's... foundations. Building... on a brick chapel. We'll bop this here. We'll have it be yay big. We'll leave a side path so that we can run things up the back if we need to put something down here, maybe some power or something. And we'll whap a door in. Large jail door. There we go. We'll let them sort that out. I'll run the old electrical cable up there. Probably wise to get that done now. Once this thing goes in. Dum ba dum bum 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 bum. There we go. Rooms. Chapel. Okay, what kind of floor do you have in a chapel? Actually, we didn't do the infirmary and morgue. Let's go for these marble tiles. And then the chapel can have fancy tiles. We need altar, pews, prayer mat. Okay, well the altar's going to go up the top, obviously. Up here. Why is it 3? What a stupid thing. That's going to be wonky. Unless we have 2. Like some kind of mad person. Pews. Here we go. And then prayer mat. We'll have some prayer mats at the back. There we go. Nice little church. I should put some lights outside it. Materials. Paving stone. Objects. Have some lights just outside it to indicate that it's the chapel. And there we go. And then once that's done, we can run our spiritual guidance class, I suppose. Why is there not a bit of path here? Did it just not get put in? Material. Paving stone. Apparently it just never got put in. A bit missing here as well. A little bit strange. Oops, something going on over there. No doubt trouble. But never mind. These things happen. We've got too many prisoners. We need to expand our capacity. Let's build some more cells down here. Materials. Foundations. Materials. Brick. And I'll leave a little bit of space so that people can still get in and out. Rooms. In fact, let's think about this for a second. Make sure we get the right kind of foundation. We want to have the 2 by 3. So we want an even number by a multiple of 3. So we were kind of okay with where we were at. But I think because of the way it pans out, like 16 is going to cut down to... In fact, the room needs to be 3 and then there needs to be a gap. So it's actually 4. So it needs to be a multiple of 4. And then a multiple of 5 going the other way, I think. But then, like, in fact, we should make it slightly bigger than that. Just because of how it's going to work out. And hopefully I'm right on that. We'll see in a moment, I suppose. That actually makes sense. So we'll let them get on with that. We didn't floor the classroom either. Classroom's got to have a wooden floor, I suspect. Probably the way to go there. Lovely. Look at this tiling. Wow. Lovely stuff. We've got a good little thing going on here, I think. Any more things we want to do in bureaucracy? Legal unlocks the lawyer. We don't necessarily need a lawyer. Dogs, surveillance, intel. That sounds pretty good. Let's get on with intel. That our guards have. Let's have a read of it while we're waiting for stuff to happen. Training for your guards to become better at tracking and recovering contraband. Unlocks contraband supply and demand report. Overlaying, showing possible theft locations. Tracks recovered contraband back to where it was smuggled or stolen. And you can recruit prisoners as confidential informants. Or, you know, like sneaks, I guess. Or what do you call them? Snitches. A little bit dark, but there we go. Speaking of dark, not enough power around here. Utilities. Power's not getting over there. That's no good. Run the electrical cable through here. And then let's also run it, I guess, down from here. I want to have it run across a little way. I want to have it run down here. In fact, I'm going to take these ones out and have them run along here and along here, because I think that's gonna, this one can be a bit longer because it's probably going to lead out here anyway in the long run. Okay, so we can build our room up now. We should be able to. Now we've got the cells going. We've got 1, 2, 3. It should be like that. And then down. Like that. And then down. Like that. And then down. Oops. Not quite right, is it? And then down. Oh, it's taken some of the piping out. Why did it do that? Okay. Materials. Brick wall. And then down. And then there. And then down. I think, like, the numbers might be slightly off here. Because, so I left a bit of space because I knew there'd be this end thing anyway. One, two, three. Okay, so in fact, I should get rid of this because it's not actually the right number. I have titted it up somewhat. So that's fine. We could have some solitary here maybe. What do we need to expand to? 80 cells. Well, we should have... We need 20% of 80 left, which is another fifth of 80. So that's like 16. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So as long as we get 8 in the bottom. No, that's not mathematically right at all. We need to get 9 in the bottom. Okay, that's fine. Let's get 9 in the bottom. 2, 3. Like so. One, two, three, and now we need another. Three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think maybe we should take this out. These last 2 cells are a little bit bigger. Treat yourself. I mean, this whole area is a bit weird anyway. But that's okay. And then we're going to sell it up. Eventually, maybe I'll get the hang of actually counting these out. But not today. Not today. Okay. It's not surrounded by walls and doors. That's fine because we haven't put the doors in. Beds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That should be enough. In fact, we had 81% for some reason, so maybe we actually only needed 15. Whatever. I wanted to put some windows in the classroom, which we can do now. I'm going to put them... This one's above the door level, so... I'm going to put them so they're off angle. Why did I put one too few desks in? How did I manage that? Also, I'm not quite sure why I'm putting windows in this side. Because presumably... they're going to just get taken out. So let's put them in this side instead. That makes far more sense. Thankfully, like, you don't rebuy the windows, as it notices you've still got them in your storage, and then we'll deploy them as necessary. So that's fine. We don't mind that too much. Someone let them in. They've got all the beds. Now we've got 81 prisoners, which is more than our capacity, which is not ideal. So if some of these prisoners could, you know, give each other a bit of a roughing up. We've not had enough overdoses, that's the problem. Which is, I guess, a good problem to have. But, there we go. Let's start this, I suppose, and see if... Looks like it's good to go. So hopefully, I think it's going to work. I don't know what the black means. I don't know whether that means it's working or if it's not working. Required education. Spiritual guidance led by spiritual in the chapel. We've got that. We have begun educating our prisoners apparently. So now we just need to finish expanding the capacity and we should be done. So just these last few things to go in. Got the doors to go in, which we'll bash out. And we'll also fill out the look of this place. Kind of been a... Oh, that's a great... I can zoom in and out with Q and E. I didn't even notice that. That's much more reliable than my mouse wheel, which is, if you haven't noticed, is kind of all over the place. Like I'm scrolling out, scrolling in, and you see I'm scrolling in, but sometimes it goes out. Doesn't work the way I would want it to. It doesn't work reliably the way I would want it to. So there we go. And let's put a sofa in here, just in case someone wants to sit down. It's been a long day. Maybe there's a drinks machine. I'm turning this into... Maybe this is too nice. Where's drinks machine? Now I'm playing it like Theme Hospital, which is perhaps not the right way to go about it, but there we go. We produced a license plate. Our first one. Fantastic. Great job, whoever did that. Very proud of you. Okay, well, once all those are in, that should be, that should pretty much be everything done for here, I think. But, donk those on, and those on, and then concrete tiles here, and here, and here, and there. Okay, and that's all going to go in, and that's going to bring an end to the episode. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, be sure to bop that like button, subscribe to the channel for more Prison Architect and other games as well, of course. And that's going to do things for now. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers!